So what I want to talk about here is, what I'm going to talk about here has nothing to do with the paranormal at all. What I'd like to do is I'd like to give you an example of how much this building means to Pocatello and the people that grew up here. So even if you didn't go to school here, there's probably some connection people have with this building, just because the years it's been here and the people. So the first thing I want to do is I want to direct your attention to this one right here. And this is the class of 1991. And right here we have Mr. John Bryan, Mr. Scott Bryan. So my brother and I, we graduated from Pocatello High in 1991. We have really good memories. We were very happy to go to this school. But now I want to go right across the hall to the class of 1931. And I want to point to this gentleman right here. What's his name? This is John Bryan. This is my grandfather. So this is the man that I'm named after. So even though we graduated 60 years apart, here in Poky, we're just a few feet apart. So I think that's a good visual example of the history and the importance of this building to the people who have lived their lives here, their families are here. We all share a part of this building. So what we'll do now is we'll go into this little room with all the trophies. And also on our tours, we also always have like weird experiences. So if you guys have a weird experience, something that can't be explained, number one, don't be afraid. Number two, you can share it with us. That's cool. I mean, people have experiences on our tours. Last year, this year, we've had a lot of weird things happen. So, I mean, don't be surprised if it does. When we investigated Pocatello High, we had a janitor with us. And we were very, very fortunate to have this particular janitor with us. His name was Reed. And he had been a janitor here for 20 plus years. He'd been here for a very long time. And he had tons of stories, and he knew the buildings inside and out. And he took us everywhere. He showed us all these little secret rooms and told us all these stories. It was great. Unfortunately, Reed passed away a couple months after we did the investigation. So we felt very fortunate that we were able to record him. Because we have hours of him now on film in this building, showing us all the different things and telling us the stories. And so we felt it was a good way to preserve, what he knew about Poky. And he told me a very interesting story about this room that happened to him. He called this room the heart of Pocatello High. And the reason why is because this is actually one of the most untouched rooms in the building. They have done very little remodeling in here. And it basically is the way that it always has been. So it's a very old room. And he had a very interesting experience here. It was Thanksgiving morning and it was raining. And he had not finished all of his work the night before. So he came in the morning and he was trying to get all his work done so he could get home and have dinner with his family. So he was kind of in a hurry. He was in this area and he was mopping and he was picking up garbages and stuff like that. And right down this hall, there's some steps on either side. And where they lead down to is there's actually a gymnasium down there. It's a smaller one. But originally, that was a swimming pool. And they used to have swim meets down there. Well, the story goes that sometime somebody actually drowned in it. And after this person drowned, they got rid of the swimming pool and put in the gym. And that supposedly this person, whoever drowned, haunts this area here. So back to Reed. It's Thanksgiving morning, it's raining, he's in a hurry. He wants to get home. So he's in here and he's mopping right here and he has a bucket. When all of a sudden he looks up, and in this doorway right here, there's a young boy standing there. And it frightens him because he thought he was the only one in the building. So he says to the boy, "What are you doing here?" And the boy responded to him, "Well, I came in out of the rain." And Reed said, "Well, how'd you get in? All the doors are locked." And the boy said, "Oh no, I just came right in." He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, son, you can't be in here. I got to walk you to the door." So Reed took his mop, put it back in his bucket, and he said when he looked back up, the boy was gone. He figured that he had turned the door and headed, or he turned the corner and headed for the door. Well, Reed went that way, but when he got in the hallway, nobody was there. He then proceeded to check all the doors. The doors were all locked and the alarms were all set. He then proceeded to check all the bathrooms. There was nobody. He never found anybody or heard anything. Never found anything in the bathrooms. And then he told me, well, after I was done doing that, I just said I'd had enough. He goes, I didn't even put away my bucket. I just left and I had dinner. And so we feel very fortunate that Reed was able to tell me that story here so that we can tell you this story now and that I can pass on what he gave us so that we can all share in that story. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk through the store and we're going to walk down to the base or to the bottom